Welcome to Semester 2 of Runeterra Academy. I am PVS, joined here with Red and our brand new caster, Gigatron. Welcome to the Commencement stream.
Hello, everyone.
Hello,
Glad to see so many people back for Season 2. Our Season 1 Semester 1, was so amazing. And Semester 2, we have even more teams, so it's just going to be better, right? So
Of course.
I'm super fucking hyped.
More teams, the better, you know? That's how it works.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, I guess we'll head straight into the freshman Division 1 power rankings. Obviously, we don't have a lot to go off of, other than, like, previous seasons. So, a lot of these are a bit of a shot in the dark and just looking at the ranks of the players. So, if you're at the bottom of the list, you can definitely prove us wrong. Don't think you can't. Yeah.
So, I think what's cool is we jump straight into it because, I mean, what else are we going to talk about?
True.
I'll tell you. One thing you guys should keep in mind. We have a rule, an ELO sitting rule. This is probably probably one of the only rules that is like kind of unique to us, and that is that you have to play 10 ranked solo duo games within a 3-week time span before your next game. So if you need any clarification on that rule, you can just DM me. People who've played in this league before know how the rule works, but if you need any clarification and you're new, just DM me. We'll figure that out. But now that the boring stuff is done, we can talk about the juicy stuff, and that is our very accurate, cannot possibly be wrong, Week 1 power rankings. Because remember, our Week 1 power rankings were extremely good last season.
Yeah, we only had upside down rankings.
Yeah, they were a little bit upside down. We did put both champions of junior and senior as last place. So maybe we'll do a little better this time around. A little better.
Hopefully.
But starting with Division 1 freshmen, we took like an average of both me and PBS's rankings, and that's how this lineup kind of came out. I think what's interesting, the big interesting one, is that I put Shogun 2077 first, and you put them next to last.
Yeah, that's just a roster thing. I was kind of looking at like who's on that roster, and I was like, you know, I think I trust more in QGK. I believe they made semifinals, or they made finals in their first season, I think.
I mean,
was a while ago.
QGK did make it to, is it semifinals? I feel like they went. Oh yeah, they went semifinals, and then QGE made finals.
Yeah.
But Shogun 2077 is just the Buddy Burgers roster, right?
Yep.
So from last season, so they already have built-in synergy, which makes me put them really high. UGK, they looked like they made it to semifinals, but at the end of the season, they looked pretty bad to me. And that is really a big kind of like hold off on for me, but I'm familiar with them. I put them at second, and then we both put Zenigma Unknown at third. They're also a very familiar team. I think Week 1, we have to just kind of put a lot of value in returning teams that have stuck with like kind of the same roster without making too many changes, because they already have that built-in synergy.
You'll see most of my rankings. I tend to put returning teams a little higher just because you know what to expect a little bit more. Which is obviously why I have Zenigma and QGK like so high. Yeah. And yeah, you have to trust in the Zenigma brand. They typically do pretty good.
Right, exactly.
I mean, how do you know if they do good if they're unknown?
Well,
I mean, that's a good point. But this team
it's unknown. I mean, we know there's a synergy with the team, but is it unknown? Like of what they're going to do this season. So I think based on what you guys tell me, I've seen some of these teams before too, some of these players, and I probably would agree. Zenigma has been pretty top 3 usually.
They're a known one.
Right.
Yeah.
Also,
Unlike their name.
Enigma Unknown is probably one of the most loved teams especially in freshmen. Um, because if you guys are unfamiliar with the league, maybe you go to, I think it's our first ever comp ruling, maybe our second one. They actually was encouraged to cheat, and that team refused and left their org. So they're really well respected and loved. Um, and they joined this Enigma org, and they they did all right last season. I could definitely see some improvements coming though. And then I see we have Nameless Existence in fifth, kind of both at fifth and fourth. Um, Paradise Lost. I put them at eighth just because they don't really even have like a roster right now.
For the bottom three teams, I just don't know enough about them to
Yeah,
like
I
say
also
anything.
don't know much about these teams. They usually the ones at the bottoms are usually teams that don't really have a full roster yet and are pretty unknown. So, yep. I see QG Esports in the chat. Yeah, we put. I think they're second. PBS has confidence that they're gonna take first. But I mean, we got 7 weeks plus 3 weeks of playoffs before anything like this happens. So I think we could jump over to Division 2 before we spend too much time on this.
All right, here it is. It's the freshman Division 2. Got a TD Shadow at the top of this one.
Yeah, I think this is TD was a well-known org from last season. They were their freshman and their sophomore teams both finished as first seed, if I remember correctly. They both ended up not winning the whole thing, but going into playoffs, those teams were both first seed, and they have quite a few good players on there. They make use of their gold 4 slot very well, and they have a bunch of silver 1s and silver 2s mixed in there. So their roster looks really strong on paper. But I think the interesting thing here is that for both of us, the first 4 teams, we have exactly the same.
Yeah, seems like we agreed on a lot of these teams. Obviously, right. The bottom 4 teams we haven't seen before. Well, I guess bottom 5 teams we've never seen or heard of, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, RAR's Silvers. I mean, the Silver RAR team was in freshman last season. They dropped out really early on. But other than that, everybody else has kind of been like completely unknown. But there's some good logos in here. I really like some of these logos.
We definitely have a good front runner in Imperium for best logo award.
Yeah, I also think the Corvus Blade logo is pretty clean. I don't know where they stole it from. I know they didn't make it. But it's pretty clean. And then I kind of like the Undying Totem. It's kind of cute.
It's literally Minecraft Totem.
Yeah, I know. Like kind of fits freshman.
Anyone under like 30 probably recognizes it.
Right. I also think the BDE logos are like kind of clean. They're pretty well made. So,
well, do you want to move on to the next one?
Yeah, for sure. Well, Gigatron, what do you think of these power rankings? Any disagreements?
I don't really. I kind of like how you went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you're like, we're gonna put 6 at 7, and then at 6, and then 8. So I like that.
Yeah.
It's like I'm gonna change up like 2 teams real quick, and then do a 1 through 8 basically.
Yeah.
Like
so like
it's set up already right now.
1 through 4 we agree, and we agree on the last spot. And it's not like we think Undying United is bad. It's just because they literally came in like yesterday. So it's hard to get a gauge on how good they are. And the other 3 we kind of like played.
So kind of just threw in there, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to these sophomore Division 1 power rankings.
Time.
Yeah, the yellow division, of course. At the top, we got OMTH. I know the OMT brand likes to think we hate on them, so this is our band-aid on the issue.
Yeah.
You could say.
The OMT brand finally getting some recognition. I will say we disrespected OMT a lot last season. But that's because I know the OMT guys like pretty well. I like to give them a lot of like flack. But this season, I think it's pretty straightforward that they look like the best roster on paper. We saw a couple of their and also OMT kind of ran it in some of their games, so they kind of deserved it, like how Kenrick says. But in the gold division, they look really good. Their roster looks very stacked on paper. In fact, I I think the top 4 or 5 teams in here are all pretty good, like on paper.
Yeah,
This is going to be a really competitive division, and there's only 4 teams that are going to make it, so it's going to be interesting to see how it goes down the line.
obviously the donut shop. Some of you might recognize the freshman semester 1 champions. They decided to move up as a team, so we'll see how they fare
did.
in a better league, or a
They
quote
did.
unquote more competitive league.
I remember when they won, they asked me how I think they would do in sophomore. I told them that they would be a top half team. But you might have noticed that I put them in 5th here. That's because I think this season's sophomore teams are stronger than last season. There was like last season there was like 3 really good sophomore teams. This season it looks like there's like 8 that are actually pretty good. So
Yeah, that'll make for a really interesting playoff bracket as well.
yeah, for sure. I think it'll make things really spicy. I like that we agreed on OMTH in 1st and Redbird Club Junior Academy in last.
Oops.
But that I want to like preface this. I want to preface this that we put Redbird Club in last in almost everything, and that's because they are having they're doing tryouts right now. They don't really have a stable roster, and it's gonna take a couple weeks for them to get like going. And that might be the nail in the coffin. Like if they can't get going within 3 or 4 weeks, they might not make playoffs. There might be like no chance of making.
It'll be next week. Don't worry. Most likely next
okay.
week they'll have everything.
Next week, TM.
No. I mean,
Soon?
like they'll get a roster next week. I'm not worried about that. I mean, like, can they get the synergy and play well in like 3 or 4 weeks? So.
Between most of the people that I think is trying back out again. I'm a skewed caster from Redbirds, but basically they should have most of the same people coming back. So if it's the varsity team is very good. I know a lot of people know who they are, but the lower 2 teams I don't know. Last time we didn't have a casual, and I think we have enough to have a casual this time around, so we'll see. But they'll be in the other division for sophomores here. So
yes, I'll also say that people who are like worried that ISU doesn't have a roster on the sophomore sheets, they actually do, and their first week opponents know who they are. The roster sheet hasn't been updated because they haven't given me positions; they've only given me players. So it's a little bit of a mess right now.
yeah,
But I think we're kind of on board with Blue Sprouts being kind of second. Donut Shop, we kind of have them hovering 4th. You put Team Ambition Wolves at 7th.
Yeah.
I want to put you on the spot right now. You need to justify the hell out of this.
So I was looking at the roster, and here, let me go find rosters. Where are they? A lot of these rankings I based on the lowest ranked player.
Oh, geez.
They have a silver 1 on their team.
Sure.
I also know Lawrence. He used to play on an org that I was in. I'm a little biased against him.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Holy
So you took the OMT hate and put it there.
Yeah.
Yeah, jeez.
No hate against Team Ambition at all, but y'all got something to prove to me with this roster.
Yeah. Okay, I can see it.
Okay.
Stunned. STN. Rest in peace.
Yeah, that was yours.
This is Enigma Zenith. We have tied for 4th with Team Ambition Wolves. With a little bit closer of a consensus on those. Krakens of Love, I put lower because if I remember correctly, they're kind of like they were QGP kind of rebranded, right? And QGP was a freshman team that finished 2nd last season. But I wasn't very confident that they could move up to gold in a strong fashion, because when you move up a rank, it's really hard to do well in the next tier if you've done well in the first tier. It takes a little bit of time.
For my Krakens of Love rating, I was pretty much basing it on that they have off-brand Zyra.
Right,
pretty good support.
Off-brand Zyra is really good, so yeah, not surprised about that. But everybody else kind of makes sense. We both put Nameless Fantasy at 6th, but they ended up 7th due to how averages work. And then we both had Redbird Club at 8th.
Yep.
And yeah, well, I mean, it's kind of like the G7M BBC thing. We don't really know much about them. They could surprise us, but right now it's just safer to put them in last.
Yeah, that is
All right,
the
you want to
safe
move
spot.
over to Division 2?
Yeah, Division 2 time. All right. So we got returning team Project Maverick at first. As an average, at least.
Yeah, as an average, as you'll see, Icarus. I put OMT Zeus in first. That's because, I mean, don't say I never did anything for you. And then I put Project Maverick second, and you put him third. And I think we both recognized that Project Maverick was a really good team from last season, and they got better as time went on.
Yeah.
But there is a lot of good teams in this league as well that it's hard to kind of put them in first. So
yeah, I see them as a playoff team for sure.
Yeah, they're definitely a playoff team. But neither of us put them in first, but due to averages, they ended up getting first. That's interesting, and that's because you put Zeus in 5th.
Yep, I did.
And you got to explain that.
All right. So I've heard. What am I looking at here? So they got Ivar on the team. I've also heard rumors of Ridley. I've never seen him play, but I don't know. This division,
Rumors.
I was kind of like, I was very biased towards teams that I knew, and I think there's only one player on this roster that I recognized. So I kind of just put PM and QGB higher than them, just because I know the team. And same with Revenge, they have Ikazuchi, which I know. Yeah, I mean, 5th is fine. I mean, they could definitely be a playoff team for sure.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I will say, because we didn't talk about with the upper bracket, but with these, I do like these logos. I think a little bit better than Freshman's.
Yeah, sure. You do base it on logos as well.
Yeah,
if you have an ugly logo, then you're getting lower.
Yeah, like no surprise that we put like in the freshman one, the Dying United as 8th.
Yeah.
Like I would say why we did, but yeah, and looking at a lot of these players, I've seen some of these. I feel like throughout a couple different leagues, either that I've casted or played in. But the OMT teams, yeah, I'm kind of interested to see how they do, just because I'm biased. I love Spartan logos. I might have a Spartan tattoo. Anyways, but I could probably agree with a lot of these rankings because I'm looking through all the teams right now, and Omega, maybe not 1, maybe not 5, maybe we throw it at a 3. I'm gonna put
in the middle.
Project. I'm gonna put it in the middle. I'm gonna put Project at 1. I think, in my opinion, they can shame me later, and then Bishops I'm gonna put at 2. I think those are probably realistic. I could see, but I don't know. I definitely want to be proved wrong in that way.
Yeah, that's what these are for. Prove us wrong.
I'm going to stay at 8th. It's fine. I'm fine with them staying at 8th. Even if they have a really good team and still get 8th. It happens. No big deal.
All right.
Yeah.
So I put RAR kind of high because I've been peeking in other servers. That's right. I'm watching wherever you guys go. I see you. Okay. Know that. I'm always watching you guys, all you players, all my students.
I spied it.
I would say that RAR has been doing well in gold leagues, so I wouldn't be surprised to see them in the top.
I watch no leagues other than this one, so I didn't do my homework on these teams very much.
I guess you did it. RAR, I mean, yeah, I can see them being top 4, top 5 kind of a thing. again, I'm very skewed. I'm kind of just coming to this like as I go, and I'm just looking through everything right now. So don't take my week 1 predictions to heart. I definitely want to be proved wrong, even throughout the whole semester here and everything like that. So,
Right.
yeah, you guys go ahead.
Well, I guess we can go over to the
think we can,
junior.
yeah, we can go over to the junior.
All right. So, not too much of a surprise that we have the returning champions first. Well, technically, they're tied for first.
Well, that's because you made the bold claim and said that they're not a first place team. I want Kenrick's reaction right now, please. Kenrick, type in the chat. There we go. There we go. There we go. I knew he'd be quick with it. I've got BBC at first because they have shown me that there's not a team that can beat them besides Buds. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them go do really well again this season and probably win the whole thing again. But I know CB Rush stole their jungler, and it was a superstar jungler. So that's why I put them at second, and you have it flipped because you put a little bit more stock into the one as the 4 player.
Yeah, I can see BBC falling apart without Acid. I'm not gonna lie. It was a pretty emotional speech he had at the end of the season. I think maybe some of the players are saddened. So maybe they're playing in a bad mood. I don't know. Oh, they also needed a new jungler, so I think adding a new jungler is one of the hardest roles to randomly fill.
Right.
So
I
agree.
We do have kind of Zenigma. What's interesting about these junior rankings is that we have like 1 and 2 swapped, 3 and 4 swapped, and then 5 and 6 swapped, and then we agree on 7 and 8. So we're kind of basically in consensus across the board. I put a little more stock into Omega Gaming Unknown, because I think this Reapers roster is weaker than what they put in Zenigma put in last season, but not by much, just like marginally weaker. And the OG Unknown roster looks pretty good. The Air Esports Revival roster is kind of a question mark. We don't really know anything about those players.
and we don't know much about 7 or 8 either. So
Yeah. I mean, the only one I know on 7 is that it's Arden. And like I don't remember him playing that much, to be honest. And then My Tyranny Collective, they're a collective org, and collective orgs do pretty well. Like collective teams do pretty well, so it's kind of hard to know how they'll do. But this could be really shaken up. But I think we're really confident in the top 4.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. This might be one of the more straightforward divisions out of all the.
I mean, senior is it's also straightforward a little bit. I mean, we'll see.
Yeah. Okay.
Any comments on that?
Yeah, I think I agree with both of you guys. Like, I think this league's kind of pretty straightforward. I mean, I think Clox's logo is a little interesting, but besides that,
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's officially a classic now. It's like it's been with us for so long. It's now a classic. So.
Other than that, though, I think you guys are both kind of accurate with everything with that. Just kind of again, like I'm running through these like real fast, looking at them, and
Yeah,
I can see it happening. I can see maybe there is an upset between like 4 through 7 changing a little bit, but again, we'll see how that goes with the rosters this year. This
remember, like the important thing is like in freshman and sophomore, it's top 4 if you're a division that gets into playoffs. It's an 8-person playoff. But in junior and senior, it's top 6, so it's easier to get into playoffs.
Right.
So there, no one's ever out of it. That's the main point. Like everybody has a shot to make playoffs. Where like in freshman and sophomore, it can be like kind of over after the first 3 weeks. You can kind of know you're not going to make playoffs.
Yeah.
I remember in senior, we did the same kind of format where we had 6 of 8 teams make it, and every single team was vying for the last playoff spot.
Yeah,
And it was like the last place team that ended up
I'm pretty
getting
sure USC started like what? Is it 0-4 or 0-5?
Yeah, it
And
was
they still
something
made
crazy.
it. So
They ended up they got in on 2 wins. So no one's ever like out of it. You just got to beat your other two. You just got to beat the people below you. Right? So
yeah, just got to be two teams.
Yep. All you got to do. All right, let's move over to senior.
All right, senior time. So we got the returning champions G7 Mirage. Only lost well, they didn't really lose a match. It was an inherited loss. So I mean, technically undefeated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think G7M did have an inherited loss. They dropped 1 game to USC, which was very funny because for the whole season USC was the last place team and they were the only team to take a game off of G7M. But there was a big storyline about USC being like the best last place team like I've ever seen. They would constantly take people to 3 games and then end up losing though. But everybody was kind of worried about them, you know. That being said, we kind of agree. G7M looked really, really good. It's not surprising to see them back at the top. Akuma Blades, familiar face.
Yep.
They look good. They had an upgrade in their roster, so they look even better. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them like near the top again. Posa Pasta Pirates was a very interesting team to see. They were formerly Costa Monsters, I think in was it UAL? It's kind of interesting because a bunch of UAL teams came over and just joined our league. Team Ambition Glory, Nightless Esports, Omega Gaming Wildcard. There's a lot of good teams in here that all could vie for the top spot. If I remember correctly, like Nightless Esports got in, they purchased OMT Chaos's spot just to get in because they have played against G7 Mirage and Omega Gaming Wildcard before and they've beaten them. So there's a lot of good, and those are like really stacked teams. These are really stacked rosters in here. So it is interesting to see like how this kind of shaked up. I put them 5th, but I felt like I was really ranking them low, and you put them 8th.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know enough about these teams, so.
Oh, you don't know about? Okay.
No, I don't have the outside knowledge that you do.
Right. And then I put Nightless 4th, and you put him 7th.
That's just an I don't know.
Yeah, so you don't really know.
I know the top 3 teams, and I put them top 3. So.
Right. And I put Team Ambition Glory a little lower because I would say the top 5 all look pretty similar on paper. I haven't actually seen them play. Like Omega Gaming Wildcard is telling, like the guy in chat says they finished 2nd in UAL. So I mean that's pretty insane. That we have them 7th here, but I'm blaming you for that.
Well, I might have taken down the average a little bit, but I mean, you know, it is what it is. I can't change it now. I can't take back on my word.
If you don't like where you're put here, remember this. First off, it's just for fun. Nobody takes this.
Yeah,
it's just week 1. We don't know anything.
Secondly, use it as motivation. I think what was it? We had AKM and USC as 1st and 2nd in our week 1 power rankings, and they were both like 8th and 7th for like the whole season. So we could be really off, and we probably are. But I mean, when you don't know anything about the teams, you're just kind of taking throws at a dartboard, really.
Oh, all right. So a little update for you guys. We had a game going on. It was going to go on.
We had a match.
Well, TD Shadow is now 1-0.
TD Shadow is now officially they
are first place. So our predictions are right. What can you do?
I mean, hey, you know, I mean, it might be skewed where we kind of thought it was going to happen, but it's fine.
I feel like, you know what? I'm coming for TD Shadow's head. I'm calling them out. Y'all should have rescheduled. Come on,
Yeah,
man. Y'all
first
can't
day?
reschedule. You can't reschedule the first game. Come on, man.
Yeah, you couldn't reschedule. You bumped it all the way to today. Come on, like you
I know
couldn't do
you
it
guys
any other
waited
day this
45
week.
minutes. It's fine. It's you guys do what you want to do. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. But anyway, let's move over to the houses.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see who gets the first 0-1 team and the first 1-0 team. That's an immediate advantage.
One
Yeah,
sec, one sec. I gotta find this notepad. Where the hell did it go?
Well, it's good to know that my
No, I
producer
had it.
is
I had it, dude. I had
you
it.
don't know where your notepad is? Come on.
I don't know where it is, man. All right. I'll move over to the slide, but I gotta find this notepad.
Okay. All right. So as you may have noticed, as you may have noticed, if you're new to the server, we do have something called a house system. If you're unfamiliar with the system, think of it kind of like Harry Potter in a sense. You're basically given a house, kind of like a team that you're grouped in with other teams from other elos. And basically, how it works is you guys work together, try to get better, scrim each other, and then you'll get to the point where whatever house finishes at the best finish, it's $50 per team. So it worked out really well last season. We did try to make some improvements, but we can't make like major improvements. But we were kind of satisfied with how it went. And you could see a lot of teams that were returning decided to stay in the same house. And in case you're wondering why the houses are in this order, there's Ocean, Mountain, Infernal, Cloud, and that's because Ocean finished 4th, Mountain finished 3rd, Infernal finished 2nd, and Cloud finished 1st. So we're gonna let Ocean get first priority on the picks here, and then we'll move over as we go along. I will say though that there's a mistake. Akuma Blades is not in Ocean House.
Oh.
I don't know why they're there.
Okay.
What
were the
considering they weren't there last
Production
season.
issue. I mean, what?
Akuma's in what house?
Akuma was in Cloud, but they're re-rolling this season. So
No. Okay.
Actually, I think they are. Oh yeah, they are re-rolling.
Okay. Perfect.
As you can
Okay.
see, EBS is the best LoL director.
I am the best.
that money can buy.
You can't get any better. All right, there we go.
Can't get any better than this. He's always super prepared.
I think I was doing that as a test and I forgot to remove it. All right, so
But we could talk about the you fixed it. Okay.
yeah, we're good.
We could talk about how Cloud won. The Team Ambition teams wanted to stay in Cloud, which was interesting. That more teams didn't want to stay in Cloud because we had a lot of returning Cloud teams. But they didn't want to stay in the house even though they won, which was interesting to me.
Kind of weird.
Infernal came in 2nd, and a lot of more teams wanted to stay in Infernal, and they were really close. It was literally like a 1-game difference in how these guys finished up.
Yeah,
so,
literally one.
it was literally one. So it was very close. But I think Infernal's coming back with a vengeance. Ocean, in our experience, Ocean has the most pride. They did come in last. They were the most fun group. But maybe in the future they'll get better. This is their redemption arc. So
yeah. So
I think. Yeah, go ahead.
No. I was talking about the format.
No,
go ahead.
I have nothing else to say.
Oh, okay. All right. So the format of this draw show. So you see, the orgs will be pulled first because they have multiple teams.
Yes.
They will be placed in the next available slot, starting from Ocean going to Cloud, so left or right. So say if I were to pull OMT, all of their teams would be put into Ocean in the next available slot. And if then I pulled Redbird, if there was no sophomore spot in Ocean, their entire org would move over to Mountain.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's like Worlds draw show where you get placed in the first available spot. Like that's my best example.
Yeah.
So I guess we can probably start it off, right?
All
right. First spin of the Semester 2 House Draw Show. Goes to Redbird,
Look at
actually.
that wheel.
Well,
Mr. Redbird.
we are a
okay.
fun group. We are a fun group. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. Welcome to the the Ocean House. I will get that updated.
It's my favorite drink.
So y'all got one freshman team.
No, the freshman team is no longer part of their org.
Okay, we have no
So
freshman
they have
team.
two sophomore teams and a
Two
senior
sophomore.
team.
Two sophomore and a senior. Okay, two sophomore and a senior. That does. They're still going to the.
For now.
Right. So if
We'll see
if
if
an
we get
org
it.
has two sophomore team, I don't think there is another org that has two sophomore teams. I think about it. OMT.
Probably.
OMT.
OMT
can't
does.
go-
OMT does. Yeah.
OMT cannot
You're
go into Ocean.
dogging
though.
them already. You can't remember.
I guess I should have had the team names pulled up, right?
Oh, never.
Oh my god. bro.
I should have just written them down, dude. The hell is
It's in a notebook you couldn't find, man.
All right, Redbird Club Academy. Sorry, Redbird Club Junior Academy.
Junior Academy, yes. Junior
And
Academy
Redbird
and
Club
casual.
Casual, and then Redbird Club Varsity. As
Yep.
you can see, I am working with absolute geniuses here.
Yes.
They really know what they're doing, and they're super prepared. They make me proud every single day.
Hey, you know what? This is PBS's fault. This isn't mine.
It's always-
at this.
Look, EBS diff is a beam on that.
You know,
shit,
there's
so
probably a
it's-
better way to do this, but you know, I didn't think of it. So
Okay.
that's small brain me.
Great. Nice.
All right.
We'll see.
This is gonna take a hella long, dude. Okay.
Good to know. Really
Good
good to know.
All right. So, yeah.
Let's talk about the implications of that. Can Redbird bring strong enough teams for Ocean to win?
So I'll say with Varsity. Varsity has. Oh, look at Sam. If we go look at everything right now, a lot of people know our juggler. Oh, look at Sam. Sam is probably one of the better jugglers that I've seen in a while.
Platinum.
For a lot of things. Yeah, you call him Platinum, whatever you want to. I mean, he's the simp for certain people in this school. A little bit academy, whatever
Yeah,
you want to essentially with
He
that.
is very much a simp. That is true.
So I feel a little bit of people on that team is a little bit of a simp, but it's fine. Justin Doze is probably one of the better mids. You gotta be aware of a couple of his picks.
All right, ready to spin.
They're pretty strong.
Okay, we're gonna
ready?
spin.
Okay. Spinning.
But I think Varsity can pull a lot of the weight. And based on who I think is going to be on Junior Academy, they're gonna be pretty good.
BDE.
BDE. Ooh.
All right.
They have two freshman teams.
Yeah. So they will also be going into the Ocean House.
They will be going into the Ocean House.
All right. Let's open
Very
up
sick.
these spots.
Oh Lord.
BDE Druid.
As he types it out, BDE does look like some teams that can threaten for top spots in freshmen. They just need to solidify their roster out.
Druid, right?
Yeah, both Druid and Shaman look pretty good. Yeah, Ocean. They're not the premier teams that ended up going into Ocean so far. Maybe if they can grab OG. If they can grab OG here, they would be pretty good, I think. Because that would give them a senior and a sophomore team. So
All right.
I
time to
think
spin.
that's who Ocean should be gunning for.
Oh, didn't save the wheel. Okay, this one doesn't count. This one doesn't count. Oh, they got picked again anyway, so that's fine. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Third org to be picked. RAR. Okay.
Arr.
So they'll be going also into the Ocean House. One freshman and one sophomore team.
Okay. So that means the sophomores are all filled up. So any orgs that have sophomores now are completely out.
Yeah,
They
they are
cannot join
moving to
the
other
Ocean.
ones.
Yep.
So this
That's
means
pretty
OT
exciting.
could potentially get air. They could get air. That'd be first.
Yeah, here's the problem though. So Ocean is looking a little rough right now because RAR teams either pop off or they drop out. literally coin flip.
True.
So,
Get a coin flip.
yeah, it's kind of a 50-50 shot to see how they go. Yeah, so everybody in chat is saying go next on Ocean. They're not big fans of where they're being put. So, I mean, if I would think Shogun, I mean, is there another freshman org? There isn't, right?
Shogun is. They have two freshmen
Shogun
though.
would have to go into.
Zenigma has
they would
one
have to go
freshman
into
as well,
Right.
but there's no sophomore spots, so they can't go there.
Oh, I see. So there's no more teams that can go into Ocean.
Yeah, Ocean gets
except
all solo
for
teams.
OG. So OG has to go into Ocean, right?
Yeah, actually, I believe that's how it works.
Yeah, so OG will end up going into Ocean. That's actually a bump. That's a huge bump.
All right, spin number 3.
Yep.
And it's gonna be
Punch Phoenix. I did not mention Puds.
There it is. There's the OG pull.
The OG's
OG
going
pull.
into Ocean.
Yeah.
And then basically
They also get a junior team.
everybody else is going into Mountain, right? So
Yep. That is essentially how that works.
Yeah.
These teams named.
Ocean has the most potential. They have a lot of teams that we're not really sure on, and then they have OG, which are like really high end kind of teams. So,
OG actually stays in Ocean because they don't have
that's
any
what I
sophomore.
mean. Yeah, that's what I
They're
mean.
junior.
They have a
Right.
junior and a senior team.
I thought I heard yes, it's sophomore. I was like, oh well, nope.
Oh no. Yeah, OG's going into Ocean for sure. There's no way they can avoid it. So
That's what they get.
right. So as PVS types this out slowly,
Of course.
we can kind of just move to singles because we know OMT, Shogun, and Zenigma are all going into Mountain, right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, so Zenigma has a freshman team, and a junior team. Yeah, so whenever PBS hits his words per minute up,
Bro,
we can
fine,
move along.
I almost got it. It's almost done.
I just want you to know, I want everybody to know that PBS told me that he had a system and it was going to work really
slow.
well. So
Yeah, it's gonna work really great.
It was fast if I typed the
it's-
names out beforehand, which I probably
Why
should
would you have
done.
done?
Yeah.
So you didn't do it. It seems like so.
So
I had to make that
yeah,
last
so
second
that's-
tweet too. So
where we are.
Oh, of
So
course.
while we're waiting on PBS, we will don't worry, add suspense. That's true. While we're waiting on PBS, feel free to ask questions. We are reading the chat, so you can ask questions. While we are slowly waiting on him to get.
all right, it's done. It's done.
But no, because you have to put the rest in Mountain.
Oh, you're right.
So,
you're right.
how tall is
That'd
Red?
be easier.
I am 6'2". There you go. 6'2".
Jeez.
Yeah, you know. So, while he's doing this BS, put my power rankings up. PBS doesn't work hard. That is so true. PBS does not work hard enough.
My bad.
100%. And he put OG wildcard in junior instead of senior. So that's pretty sick.
Oh, do I have them backwards?
Yes, you do. Backwards.
What a classic.
Lowell Greed, how many push-ups can you do after eating lunch? Working out immediately after eating is like a recipe for throwing up.
Yep.
So, probably not going to do that. My question is, how do you feel about our senior team fielding a gold jungler? Reflected pretty well in the power rankings. Did you guys get that extra production?
No, clearly
PBS
not.
is production gapped. Put something pretty on the screen while you mess with this, PBS.
Like what?
Like I don't know, senior power rankings or whatever.
Okay.
I can't believe this actually worked better last season. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. PBS looking like the hitting O2 top ribbon.
It's fine. I'm thinking, man.
Oh, jeez. I mean, we could just switch to the if it's easier. I could just switch to the what do you call it? The Excel document. We could just get the done.
This graphics too hard, man.
Easy. Alright, yeah. Nikiri, I definitely have to say thighs. Out of thighs and wings. What about you, Red?
I'm a wings guy, 100%.
Oh, I love wings too. Don't get me wrong, but if I get some good thighs, hey man, take thighs, save lives, man.
Exactly what I was thinking.
I say lies.
I am a Bard main, Fun Phoenix, so that's a good one.
You know what? I think. Can you pull up the house thing again?
Yes.
We might just go Google Sheets on this.
Okay.
Like you're literally making this broadcast way longer than it needs.
Okay, yeah, just go Sheets.
So while I work on importing all that stuff over, all right. So now you guys stall for me. Now you can blame me. While I copy and paste stuff.
Okay.
If you're not holding your team on cooldown, Bartle, are you really?
No, you build CDR max, dude. CDR boots, CDR rune.
Yeah, making over 40% now because of Riot wanting to bust their game more. So
Yep.
Yeah, totally doable. And then Riot dynamic too.
Oh. So.
Go ahead.
I was like, why don't you just spin the wheel and we could verbally do this. We can verbally do this.
You're gonna remember?
Sure, why not?
Well, I have to move over to the solo teams now. So.
Yeah, move over to the solo teams.
All right, I gotta type all those out.
Typing those out.
Okay. XXXX. Okay. This one should be more fun, you know?
All right.
Will it be?
Yep, of course.
I want everyone to know that he did do a dry run.
I did, and it did not take this
long.
long.
He was confident that this was going to work out really well. So that's great. That's great to hear.
No. Do I want to know who Hirsch is?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Any Legends of Runeterra fans in here?
OMT member. He's very nice. Let's just say that. Nice person.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. I'm playing lore right now. Hey, he's prepping for the future LOR season, so.
Leaked?
Hey. Do it, man. I'm more of a TFT guy, but
Right. I mean, I don't know why you'd be a TFT guy because TFT is an inferior game. I'm saying it. Hot take. Everybody can downvote me. Everybody can get mad.
So, do you just not like any TFT style auto chess or anything like that? You don't like any of those? Or just
more
TFT in particular?
More like that game got stale really quick, in my opinion.
Yep.
Maybe.
So
I think it's hard sometimes with it too to try to how do you freshen it up, because you kind of get a very simplistic system of okay, you go this and this and that's it. You don't really get to have the weird flexes anymore kind of thing. In the beginning it was kind of oh yeah, we tweak this, now you can have this team, or you tweak this, you can have this team, and we tweak this, and all of a sudden now you have Abomination coming out of nowhere kind of a thing. So it's kind of trying to figure out what's the happy balance. I think that's kind of the problem with that game, where LR you have at least a little bit better balancing to kind of do, where it's
I just want everyone to know that I have caught up and we are waiting on PBS now.
Yep. We are good to spin. It doesn't look like it on the wheel, but we are.
Okay.
Oh no, I gotta make the text black. One sec.
He's gonna make the text black now. Very insane. Yeah, this is really good.
That fix it?
Um,
Oh boy, that looks terrible. But okay.
Yikes.
you know what? Just
that's
spin
it.
it.
I'm just gonna
Just
spin it, dude.
spin it.
Yeah.
Hey, bro.
It'll say at the bottom who got picked, you know? That's fine.
Oh,
Alright. So we got, is this Corvus? CRVZ and freshman?
okay. Corvus
yes.
Blade, enter freshman. They're going to enter the Ocean House. Just trust me. They are in Ocean.
Yikes.
I will
Alright.
post the final results. You guys are just going to get it verbally now because of the circumstances.
Yeah, it's a little rough. String lives, not a good program. Okay, next spin. Yeah, this spin's great, dude. Don't worry about it. All right, sophomore revenge.
Revenge Esports will be slotting into the last spot in Mountain.
Mountain gamers. All right.
Wow, what a nice wheel.
It's good,
Indeed,
dude. It's definitely a wheel.
It's a great wheel.
All right, next we got
It's
BBC
really
from the junior class.
BBC?
Yep.
They're going into Ocean?
Yep.
Did I hear that correct?
Yep.
Oh my
BBC
goodness.
gonna have to carry that one.
Wait, no, BBC's already in a house. What's wrong with you?
BBC is already in a house.
Yeah, roll it again, bro.
What is wrong?
Dude, he's got some soup ray going on right now.
All right. Imperium from freshman.
Imperium for freshmen. Okay, they will take the last spot in Mountain for freshmen.
All right, next up we
No
have. All right, next we got Kingpin from freshman.
Okay.
Kingpin from freshman. Okay. They'll be going into Infernal. Welcome to Infernal, Kingpin.
Yep. All right, next team will be freshman nameless.
Freshman Nameless Existence. Okay. They will also be going into Infernal.
Okay, big Infernal teams coming out. Next spin. We have freshman Glacial.
Glacial Esports Spectre going into the last spot for Infernal Freshman. And that means the last 4 teams will be going into Cloud, which I believe is Flannel Esports,
And
that's Lost,
yep.
ED Shadow, and somebody else.
Yep.
Shogun?
Shogun's already
Shogun
picked,
already?
I think.
Okay, I didn't.
Oh, it would be the Undying Untitled, Undying United.
United.
Yeah, Undying United.
All right, so I'm good. I'm good to spin.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, bro.
All right, save settings. All right, next team will be sophomore Krakens. Krakens of Love.
Dragons of Love will be headed straight into Infernal.
Bro, this was cracked, dude. You can almost see what the
Infernal's
letters are.
looking pretty good.
All right, next
I
spin.
want this wheel to get to a point where I can actually see what's on it.
All right, Project Maverick in sophomore. Oh, sorry.
Project Maverick.
Yeah, that's right. I did them twice.
Project Maverick, from sophomore, is already in Infernal. So.
Yep.
Good one.
Yep.
Way to really
I
make sure
may
you
have
get
made
your
this
ducks in a
list a
row.
little early. All right, next spin we got
Mountain is already full for what I.
All right, we got Jin Air. Jin Air, anybody? Air Esports?
Junior Air Esports Revival will be taking the last spot in Ocean. Just so you know, everybody, freshmen and sophomore are booked for Ocean, and actually Ocean is completely full now.
Yep.
Mountain has a spot in junior and 2 spots in senior. Infernal has 1 spot left in sophomore, 1 spot left in junior, 2 spots left in senior, and then Cloud has 2 spots left in sophomore, 2 spots left in junior, and 1 spot left in senior.
All right,
Oh.
next spin.
Yes.
All right, it is Blue Sprouts.
Blue
And
Sprouts.
sophomore.
Be heading into
mean
Infernal
senior?
House.
Aren't they senior?
No, they're
No,
sophomore.
no, Blue Sprouts is.
They're definitely sophomore.
Oh, no, they're sophomore.
100% they're sophomore.
And that means that Spiders on Stilts and the Donut Shop will take the last 2 spots in Cloud.
Damn.
I just want you to know that Quanta is DMing me updated assets quicker than you could ever.
It's fine,
Quicker
dude.
than
He's
you
a
ever
pro,
could.
dude. It's fine. So we're still Aragon. Croc, still good.
Thank you,
Okay.
Quanta, for keeping me updated.
We're good, dude. Quanta's a pro. Alright, next fin. Alright, junior
There's nothing but
MTC.
junior and senior teams left.
MTC.
Oh, My Tourney Collective.
Yeah.
It will be taking
Forgot the
the
name.
last spot in Mountain for juniors. Oh. Kind of wild that we haven't pulled any senior teams.
That's crazy, honestly.
Yeah.
Might change right now is Nightless has been pulled. Any Nightless?
Okay. Nightless will be taking a spot in Mountain. And I gotta say, Mountain's looking pretty good. They got both OMT teams, both Shogun teams, all the Zenigma teams, and Nightless. I mean, that's pretty stacked.
It could be pretty good. Alright, next fin.
Yeah. And if Quanta sends me like a finalized one that he's keeping up with, I'll send it to people.
Alright, senior CPP.
Kosa Pasta Pirates will be taking the last senior spot in Mountain, so Ocean and Mountain is completely full.
Any carries in Mountain? Question mark?
I mean, Mountain looks really stacked right now. Mountain looks
Alright.
extremely
Oh,
stacked.
why are the letters getting squished together too?
Uh-oh.
Alright, CBR, junior.
Does anybody
CB Rush,
want to
CB
be
Rush.
a LOL director for Runeterra Academy?
Please, dude, take my job.
CBR is in Infernal with BBC. Talk about a stacked junior.
What
Oh
the
my
hell? Why are
goodness.
they squishing, bro? Guys.
Oh my goodness. That is insane.
Alright, this should fix it, right? There we go.
There you go.
You guys can read the names now. You guys can read the names on the screen.
Yeah. Alright, next
Not
one.
doing it anymore.
Alright, we got Catalyst Junior.
Catalyst,
Okay.
Catalyst Eclipse will be taking Cloud and also, I believe, Nameless Crocs will take their last place in Cloud for juniors.
Alright, I'll also take them
Juniors
out.
are all done.
Alright, it's senior time. There's 3 teams left.
Right.
Alright. You can still read that. Alright. Out of 3, AKM.
Going to fire. Okay.
AKM will be going to Infernal. They're switching houses.
Yep, they're
Switching
moving away.
loyalties. I think the hype one is G7M. Like if G7M gets into Infernal, it's like kind of done, right? Like
Yeah, that's exactly what I was
wins.
thinking. Hey, this wheel
Yeah.
is fucking... Alright, it is very stupid. Alright. Last fin.
It's scoffed.
50-50.
last
G7M.
bid,
G7M.
Hey, they got it.
G7M going into Infernal. So that means Puds will end up in Cloud, which is it's surprising because if I remember correctly, Puds was diehard Ocean. So that's pretty sad that they are no longer in Ocean. I will send you guys a screenshot of my Google Sheets. But
You're gonna
recap.
Oh, gee,
Well, no.
I think getting a little too confident there.
yeah,
Jeez.
I mean, I actually think Infernal Mountain is like really good.
I like those two. I think right now.
Usually it does come down to like 2 houses looking like pretty solid. I mean, PVS, I don't know if you want to like put what I sent you on screen.
I can.
Yeah, that would be nice so they have a visual because Lord knows you didn't do that.
You don't need to see, dude.
Oh, sorry for the scuffness, guys. I promise.
No.
that,
It's fine. It's fine.
this is not normal operating procedure around here.
Of course.
Wait. Quanta's got something better for us.
Alright, perfect.
There you go. Put that on the
Any
screen.
Quanters?
Yeah, just put it in and align it to the right. Just put it on the right side of the screen. It'll look legit.
It will.
Wheel's my best friend right now. Yeah, Kendrick. I think. Yeah.
Just any day of the week.
Yeah, it's
Whenever
coming, bro. It's
Whenever you're
coming.
feeling up to it, PBS. Like, I don't. Guys, I want you to know that PVS is currently looking for team. And he ints just as hard in League as he does of our production. So.
All right, perfect. There we go.
If you think you could
there we go.
redeem him, then yeah, exactly.
I'm too slow, man. What do you? I'm not
All right,
afraid.
so there's the.
It's like you're a boomer or
there's the
something.
updated graphic.
What do you mean? I did all of these. Well,
Thankfully, thank you. Big shout out to Quanta.
Quanta, you looking for a job?
Here. Quanta is a homie for sure. But I mean, quick recap: Ocean getting Redbird varsity. They're getting all the ISU teams, all the OG teams, all the
BD.
Big Duck Entourage teams, and the RAR teams. And for their solos, they're getting Corvus Blade, Nameless Fantasy, and Air Esports Revival. I don't know. I feel like this house has a lot of potential upside.
I'm just now looking at Infernal.
Yeah.
Wow.
I can't get a lie.
They're definitely my front runners, you could say.
I mean,
yeah.
We were talking about that, but it's very interesting for sure that they got Akuma Blades and G7M, which were our 1 and 2 teams from last season in seniors. And then they got BBC and CB Rush, which were our predicted 1 and 2s for this season. And then some really solid sophomore teams like Project Maverick, Blue Sprouts, Bishops, and Krakens of Love. I mean, those all could be playoff teams. And playoffs is where it matters. Like, if you guys get into playoffs, it's a huge buff for the house rankings. And then QG Knights, Kingpin Gaming. We don't know much about Kingpin Gaming, but we both had QG Knights in first place. Glacial Spectre's a respectable team. Nameless Existence, not bad at all. I mean, that house looks extremely stacked for sure. Yeah, imagine if OMT did stay in Infernal. That would be a little bit different. But I like that they didn't because they're making Mountain look pretty good. I mean, we're looking at Nightless Esports and CPP up there. Zenigma Reapers, My Tourney Collective, the OMT teams. All the Zenigma teams always make playoffs. And both the Shogun teams, which were both really strong in freshmen last season, I mean, they're no slouch either.
So are we just straight up counting Infernal Mountain race at this point? Week 1?
I mean, I'm not going to count it just yet. And the reason is that
I'd like to hear a reason.
Cloud has
I'm waiting for the suspense here.
Cloud has all the Team Ambition teams. And those teams have a lot of potential. Like they really can take top spots in their leagues. And that could be the difference. The problem with Cloud is they have a lot of people that just are kind of unknown, you know? So it's hard to like really give them a good look. I don't know who PvE's Shadow is.
Yeah, that's Quanta Gap.
Oh, it's TD Shadow.
Any TD Shadowers in the chat?
Okay, that's not bad either. TD Shadow is pretty good. We will make a correct one. This is a pretty close one.
So you're calling it
I would say
Cloud is winning freshman?
Yeah, I would think Cloud wins freshman. I would say Mountain wins sophomore. Then Inferno wins junior and senior. It's looking really rough. But hey, 10 weeks. 10 weeks, baby.
True.
We got a lot of time to prove people wrong. So I would not be surprised to see lots of shakeups. But yeah, if I'm gonna make a prediction, I'll just throw it out there. I'll go Infernal first, Mountain
What a
second,
safe pick.
Cloud third, and then Ocean fourth. Ocean coming in last again would be so sad. Okay, but I think we're like kind of done here. You guys can go get your house roll from House Roll Assignment, and I like to think you can confide in those people in there. They're like your best friends now. So,
True. Coach them. Smile.
Yeah, and also we're gonna try to do some like in-houses, some little fun in-houses, Ocean versus Infernal kind of thing. So, we'll get into that later on in the season, but for now, we're jumping straight into week 1. We already had one game finish, and good luck in your first week of matches. Feel free to DM me. I know you guys do anyway. I have 800 DMs a day. Feel free to DM me. I will send you a smiley face. That's my promise for this week. You guys have any final comments?
I'm excited to cast this all these leagues right now. I'm not gonna lie. I think each house is gonna be interesting to watch. Just with everything with that, each everything's just gonna be interesting because like you said, we have teams that still aren't finalized. So I want to see how they go with that. And I'm not just talking about Redbirds, but I want to see how everyone goes because maybe we kind of rank teams a little too hard and there's like a upset that kind of comes in, and then now like maybe OMT is not as good as they think they are.
Okay, I mean,
OMT
you guys are like, oh, we're gonna be nice to them this year, right? maybe I'm gonna be the spicy boy, and I'm just gonna say maybe not as good as they think they are. Maybe I'm gonna say my Redbirds are a little better.
Okay. Yeah, Redbirds can literally be the difference. I want people to recognize that. If they actually field a roster, because it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish.
True.
All that matters.
I mean, if you have a strong start, you can end out pretty well too. So we'll have to see with that.
I mean, yeah, you got to remember. I mean, you can make it into playoffs with 2 wins in junior or senior, apparently. So
yeah, nothing's off the table.
True, very true. MC only gets power when people underrate us. Hey, you know what? That's fine. That's the meme. We hope you guys do well. I mean, obviously we want everyone to do well, but only so many are gonna get that top 4 in the freshman and sophomore brackets. So we will see how that goes. I'm actually interested to see. I don't even know which ones I'm casting this week.
Yeah, we will get that out today. Don't worry. So on that note, thank you guys for joining us. I'm very excited for this season. This season is going to be such a banger. Even if this stream was scuffed, I promise you, you're not going to see better streams on any other league. I'll say it right now. I'm saying it right. I know Quanta's in the chat. I know Ivar's listening. You're not going to see better streams in any other league as long as I'm producing them.
I'm not producer anymore, dude. I'm director.
So as long
as we'll let our new producer Wookie Monster take it over. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah. All right, so send us out. You guys DM me if you guys have any questions. Good luck in your first week of RA semester 2.
Yeah, that's all for us today at the Commencement Day stream. Tune in on Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern for Kingpin Gaming versus Flannel Esports. I am PVS, joined with Red and Gigatron, and we will see you next time.